What's good, everybody? Today we are back and I'm bringing you my Wemby build. This is going to be a 7'1" build that ends up getting a 99 block, can dribble a little bit, super high finishing, shooting, and also is going to end up with a 92 rebound. Make sure you guys are watching all the way through. I'm going to explain where I'd put my cap breakers and how I'm going to use this build. We're continuing with the daily uploads all the way through September, so drop a like, drop a sub, turn the notifications on. And without further ado, let's get right into this Wemby build. All right, first possession here. This is my first time playing on a tall build that can dribble like this. So I'm just going to see what he can do. Double step back from the three-point line. Again, I say it in all my videos, this is against AI, so don't take it too seriously, but it's just showing you a little bit of the potential of this build. And for being 7'1", we're actually dribbling pretty good. You get some decent animations, and you can shoot right over people. I mean, if you guys know anything about AIs, they play really good defense, and we're just shooting right over his head. I was honestly dribbling a little too much, but I was just trying to test stuff out. As you can see, if you use those go-to shots, you can get moving pretty quick, and it's got a decent snatch back. And the shooting's super consistent, so once you get open, you can just shoot right over people like that. I see a lot of Wemby builds this year with low rebound, but I had to make sure we got that 92 rebound to get the gold rebound chaser, while still keeping that finishing so we can throw down stick dunks super consistently. And once you hit your cap breakers, as you can see there, we're sending back a shot, you're going to be able to get a 99 block on this build. So there really isn't an area on this build that lacks at all. It's definitely not like the most comp type of build, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's still going to be viable. It's not like you're going to get cooked. I mean, look at this explosive behind the back we're getting on a 7'1". I just know I'm going to have a ton of fun on this build, and I can't wait to shoot over people like it's 2K19 again. If you guys need the jump shot or animations for this build, let me know. Drop in the comments. I can drop that for you guys. But as you can see, we're sizing up. Double behind the back, over his head. That's game. Let's get into how to make this build. All right, so here we are on the builder. We're going to go center, 7'1". I know Wemby 7'3", but if you want to get any kind of decent dribbling or animations on this build, you have to go a little bit shorter. And then with 223 pounds with a 7'10" wingspan, the shooting might look a little bit low, but trust me, you can shoot consistently once you learn your jump shot and get your badges. And if you don't believe me, just put it together in the builder and go test it, because you can use that My Player tester this year, and it lets you try animations and jump shots, so then you really know how you feel about it. But yeah, not too much else to say about this. Let's get into the finishing. All right, so getting right into the finishing here, we're going to go with an 81 close shot, 80 driving layup, 87 driving dunk, 81 standing, and an 86 post control. The 81 close shot's going to get us badges like Silver Hook Specialist, Bronze Paint Prodigy, and Silver Float Game, and it's also going to help you make any standing layups near the basket. 80 driving layup is going to go ahead and get us Silver Physical Finisher, Gold Aerial Wizard, and also help with that Silver Float Game. And it's honestly going to help you knock down layups this year, considering a lot of people are missing wide open. I turn on real player percentage with my build that has a 65 layup, and as long as I'm open, it's going in. I would suggest real player percentage layups for anybody that's struggling with that. And then 87 driving dunk. This is going to get us the first level of basic contact dunks, and it's also going to get us silver posterizer, so we are able to dunk on people. Not to mention you're way bigger than everybody, so you're going to be way above the rim. And the finishing over smaller defenders this year is very good. Considering you're 7'1" with a max wingspan, you're going to be able to do that super consistently. 81 standing dunks going to unlock us a whole bunch of standing dunk animations, as well as get us silver rise up. I'm a huge advocate for standing dunk this year. I think it's really, really good. So I wanted to make sure I was getting those animations as well as rise up. And then 86 post control. I went with this for a very specific reason. I went to get silver unpluckable. I don't want to get ripped on this build. Made the mistake last year on my Wemby build of only going with bronze unpluckable, and I regretted it all year. We're also going to get built badges like Post Powerhouse to back people down, and Gold Post Fade Phenom if you want to shoot post fades. Overall, 80s across the board, and finishing, it is very, very solid. And then onto the shooting, we're going to go with an 80 mid-range and a 74 three-point shot. This is going to help us get bronze Deadeye. It's also going to help with our Post Fade Phenom badge that I talked about earlier, and silver set shot specialist, which is very good. Any standstill shot, that's going to kick in. At this 80 rating, you are able to shoot super consistently once you learn your jump shot. And if you need a jump shot for this lower rating, I do have one posted on my page in my jump shot video. But there's also hundreds of other jump shot videos out there, so I'm sure you'll be able to find something you can green consistently with. Not to mention, we're getting an 80 mid-range shot on a 7'1", dude. You're going to be able to shoot over people all the time, especially with how the contest system is this year. And then the 56 free throw just ended up coming up with the other shooting attributes I upgraded, so don't worry too much about that. I'm probably not going to be playing too much rec on this build, but if you wanted to, you definitely could, and you'd probably be able to knock down a free throw here and there. And then onto the playmaking, we went with a 70 pass accuracy, 61 ball handle, and a 58 speed with ball. I've said it every year, and I'm going to continue to say it all year this year. 70 pass accuracy is enough as long as you're throwing smart passes. Interceptions are very good this year, but use some IQ and don't throw a dumb pass and you'll be completely fine. 61 ball handle and 58 speed with the ball. I wanted to max those out, just get them as high as we could, so we're still able to move a little bit on this 7'1". It is going to unlock you some animations, like some Joel Embiid animations. I'm using a whole bunch of normal animations on this build. But that speed with ball is going to help you burst out of some of like the go-to shots or the snatchback, stuff like that. In my opinion, it's just best to have that as high as possible, even if you don't unlock a badge at a certain threshold. I probably could have stopped at 55. I want to be as fast as I can possibly be on this build. If you guys want to know specifically what go-to shot and dribble animations I'm using on this build, let me know. Drop in the comments and I can give those to you guys. But the short answer is most of them are normal or Joel Embiid if you get it. And then for the defense, I really haven't seen somebody make a Wemby build quite like mine yet. We went with an 84 interior defense to get gold paint patroller, bronze post lockdown, and silver off-ball pest. And being as tall as we are with the long wingspan, we're going to be stopping everybody in the paint. And then that 62 perimeter is going to go ahead and get us bronze immovable enforcer, which I've said at every video is my favorite defensive badge this year. Along with this 60 steal rating, which is honestly the sweet spot for centers because you get bronze interceptor. And on my other center build, I'm getting interceptors all the time with how good this badge is. And this is the big difference between my Wemby build and a lot of other people's is I went with a 94 block because I plan on getting my cap breakers. So once I get my cap breakers, I'll get that to a 99 and have a bunch of legend badges from it. I just wanted to use my attributes other places earlier on, especially because I'm already almost starter 3 and we're only a couple days into the game. This is another area where I saw a lot of people making theirs a lot different than mine. I went with a 92 offensive rebound. I see a lot of people making it with like 80 or 85. But we're 7-1, and I want this build to be viable in all game modes, so I wanted to make sure I went with that 92 offensive rebound, which is going to go ahead and give us silver box out beast, gold pogo stick, and gold rebound chaser, which I'm thinking I'll use my max +1 on that gold rebound chaser to make it Hall of Fame, and then this build really will be all around amazing. And then the physicals, not a whole lot to say here, but I wanted to max them out as much as I could. Speed and agility, for obvious reasons, we want to be able to move on defense. We want to be able to move off ball as fast as we can with how big we are. 74 strength, we are going to be playing against some centers. Even with the long wingspan, we're going to want a little bit of strength to push them back. 80 vertical, I'm really big on vertical this year. I think it's amazing. It completely changes the rebound animations you get. You jump over people, you jump by people. It's really good this year. And also with the amount of standing dunk and driving dunk we have, I want to be able to dunk as consistently as possible. But yeah, not too much to say about the physicals. This build does get some cool comparisons, so let's check that out. As you can see, we are a two-way inside the arc threat, which is kind of crazy because we can also shoot pretty consistently on this build. But we do go ahead and get that Victor Wembanyama shade, which is huge. That's what I was going for, and I'm glad we got it. Hope you guys like this build if you make it, and I will catch you in the next one.